He receives flack when the president, in the midst of the worst storm to hit the Northeast in decades, if not ever, Obama directs storm victims to the internet for help. Watch.
For those of you who still need additional information about how to respond, you can go to ready.gov. That's ready.gov. And that website should provide you with all the information that your family needs in terms of how you can prepare for this storm.
Okay. FEMA did the same thing via Twitter. You see the problem with this yet? By the way, none of the major cable news channels put emergency phone numbers or key radio station frequencies on their screens. You know, hey, take this number down, before the power went out. And FEMA says it's increasingly becoming active in Facebook and Twitter to send updates. Can I ask you a question? Because I'm not sure. How they expect all those people to surf the internet without power or cable? And who does this hurt the most? Who is the least likely group of people to be tech savvy enough to figure a way to connect to the internet without power running to their home? Our parents and grandparents. Does he honestly expect our 80 or 90-year-old parents or grandparents to whip out their Samsung Galaxies and start lighting up Google? Your grandparents even have cell phones or computers, let alone Twitter? I mean, hey, Grandma, dug your tweet last night. Thank you so much. Really? If they even do have a computer, are they on Twitter and Facebook? Do they forward you all the best emergency preparedness sites? Come on. The only thing our parents and grandparents, know how to do on computers, generally speaking, and I'm just this much out of this class, is to fall for the Nigerian prince scam. Oh, you seem like such a wonderful man. Yeah, really? This president is so wildly out of touch and apparently unconcerned with what happens to our nation's elderly. His health care bill puts them in a dangerous position, one which they will become easy targets of rationing. Grandma, you lived a good life. We just can't afford to pay for that treatment. It might be better for you to take the pill. That is a quote from the president. You're going to die in a few weeks either way. Just get out of pain. It's kind of a waste. All along, he has catered to sidestep Grandma. Step aside, Grandma. You know that crowd. The 26-year-olds who are still children living with Mommy and Daddy and on the insurance. There are still millions without power, and hundreds of thousands likely won't have power for the rest of the week. How are they going to get on internet to Google and find out the information? The only thing that works with any reliability right now is an old-fashioned telephone, a landline. What good does ready.gov do without access, without a computer, without internet? It's stupidity. And while we're on stupidity, what sense does it make to move away from landlines and radio and television and move to cell phones and the internet to send out emergency information? The internet and cell phones, really? They go down in emergencies. Radios don't. Television doesn't. Of course, you can't watch television anymore because during the Bush years, the government mandated that all the TVs lose their rabbit ears. It's got to be all digital. So unless you have satellite or cable, you can't watch television to get any new information. And if you don't have power, you're screwed. In our arrogance, we built a tower that stretched to the sky. Nothing can stop us. And then a storm called Sandy comes and knocks out all that we're blindly building. Wow, that sounds like a downer, doesn't it? I actually have some good news for you. And I'm going to share it all the rest of the show because it's really good news. We'll start next.